Hey y'all. Good morning, beautiful people. This is AL Thick Madame and Cinnamon Sugar. And we are back for another What a Day post. So I'm leaving work. I came back to work today and they did not know, which was kind of confusing for me because we have to input our call outs, if you will, online. And you can't just literally call in. You have to do it online. You have to go into the system and do all this stuff. And they have an account for it. So it's like, okay, what's going on here? So I put in on purpose for 2 days off, which were Saturday and Sunday. So naturally that means I'm going to return on Monday unless I call out again. So I didn't say anything to anybody. My friend ended up texting me, asking me how was I feeling. But when he texted me, I was asleep. I woke up when it was time for me to wake up, and I responded to him, and I told him that I was feeling better, and gave him the update, which is that there's a lot less soreness, and my hand doesn't really hurt like that anymore. It's minimal. But I'm making sure that I take the medication, which I hate because I don't take medicine. But because of what they were talking about, I'm like, let me just take this medicine because I ain't never been here for taking medication. I just never have been. Pills get stuck in my throat easily. I'm glad that they have created these mini gel capsules and things. So that has helped a little bit. But I ain't gonna lie, I was pretty much eating an apple or eating a piece of fruit or a couple of, I know initially I was eating a couple of cherries with it in order to help it go down, because I can't eat bread, because when I was growing up, whenever I had to take medication in order for it to somewhat not get stuck or have less of a chance of getting stuck in my throat and staying there and dissolving there, yeah, it was basically like erosion. One time I took a pill that wasn't a gel cap or whatever, and they put something down my throat, and they said, oh, well, what happened was that it basically eroded, and it was just there, and it just felt like it was still in my throat. Yeah, my throat is not here for pills. Don't do it. So anyway, and those of y'all who called it, y'all already know. But anyway, so unfortunately, I had to take some pills to help with the inflammation of my hand. Ignore my Ashi hand. I've been washing my hands thoroughly as usual, but I typically put something on it to make it so it's not all ashy all the time. It's really, I'm very rarely ashy because I live for my body butters and things. But I have this what is this? This hand sanitizer that has stuff in it that's supposed to be good for that. So that's what I was gonna come in the car and do and apply, but I didn't do that yet. Anyway, y'all, so had a good day. A lot of people rolled up on me today, and it's funny because most of the people who rolled up on me, they don't do my job at all, and they don't work anywhere near me. But they heard about what happened, and they came and they were like, I heard about this. Remember the maintenance guy I told y'all about, who was really quirky and all of that? He really does a great job as far as what he is there to do. But he's always super duper nice. Probably is married or whatever. So he was one of the first ones to roll up. And he just rolled up and stood there, right? He just rolled up and stood there. And so it's sometimes he'll do that because he knows that at some point I'm going to turn around and know he's there. So he stood there for a second. I said, who is this? So I turned around and it was him. And he was like, how are you feeling? Are you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm okay now. He was like, oh my gosh, what happened? Somebody told me what happened. And I said, no, not her. And I don't know. He was, because you have to know him to understand why it's making me laugh. because that was his reaction, and he was being serious, but it was just, I don't know. I was laughing. Like, I was legit, like, kind of giggling when he was reenacting how he reacted when he found out that I got hurt at work. So I was like, I'm okay now, or whatever. And like, he wanted to talk about that for a couple of minutes, and then I asked him, how has everything been since I was gone? Man, them people drug him through it yesterday. Somebody called out something terrible. Everybody, I'm talking about yesterday, everybody called out. I was like, wait a minute, why though? Like, I understand, like, previous weekends, because it's been graduations like crazy. Ain't no graduation going on now around here. So what is going on? Like, why? So I was like, what's wrong with you, honey? What happened? And he was up there by himself. I was like, oh no, why is they putting you through it like this, sir? I don't understand.
Please take your receipt.
Y'all already know where I'm at the good old car wash.
Thank you for your
whoa, car wash. Yeah, wow. Anyway, y'all, excuse me, my bad. I'm sorry for ruining y'all's ears like that. But yeah, this man has said it was. And I was like, I'm good. Like, he really stood there like 10 minutes talking to me. And I was like, oh my gosh, all these people walking by, he doing a lot. So then, like, later on, like, when it was like an hour before my child, you a little fine. Excuse y'all, hold. I don't know what's gonna go on here. If this man give me a little thing, I'm gonna know something. I'm gonna know something if he give me one of these little things, because the little stud, the day that I didn't record, the person ended up giving me okay, good. Yeah, the day that I didn't record, and I told y'all that I wanted to go on ahead and be able to listen to my music and all of that. What happened was, I came over here and it was a stud over here, and she did the absolute most. When I tell y'all, ain't nobody ever gave me a air freshener thing. I was like, what is going on here? Like, she said it was. I don't even know what was going on, but I could tell, like, I was like, nope, let me go on about my business. She doing a lot. But anyway, my bad. So anyway, I ended up seeing my partner. He ended up working half a day today. And with that, an hour before he got off, he went on his break, because if you're just going to work 4 hours, you get one break. So he decided to go on break closer to the time that it was going to be time for him to go home. Cool. So he rolled up on me. He was like, how you feeling? How you doing? Da-da-da-da. I said, I'm good. I said, I'm good now. And I explained to him everything that happened. And he was... And my thing is this, y'all. I completely forgot this man's mama is a nurse. And so I told him how I was glad that when I left the little therapy session that they had me to go to at my job, because there's a nurse that's in-house for a couple of hours, 3 days a week, that I was, I asked her about getting something to stabilize my hand. He was like, oh no, you gotta move it. My mama a nurse. And all of that, and I told him, and I apologized too. I told her, I was like, oh my gosh, that tore my nerves up. Once I realized that I was gonna really be down there a lot longer than expected, and ultimately I had to leave. He was up there like by himself for at least an hour, and that's what he told me. I was like, oh my God. And I told him, I said, before they even started doing the paperwork, I said, dang, hopefully they put somebody over there with him so that they can help. This man told me they said it off. When I tell you everything was going, the whole department was setting it off. I said, oh no. He was like, yeah. Then he said the people below us didn't know, and they said, I was like, well dang, I thought our supervisor said something. I could have swore the supervisor got on the radio and said something, but he didn't. I thought I heard him say something. Y'all, I was in excruciating pain. I could have swore he said something, because he was up there by himself. And I had said something to him several times about me not wanting to leave him by himself. And I'm almost positive this man said, oh no, you ain't got to worry about that. I could have swore I heard him tell somebody else to pull somebody who works in our doing what we do now, who used to do something else before, and said, oh, she gonna be over there for the first 4 hours and somebody else coming in behind her. That's what I'm pretty sure that I'm right about that. So I'm just like, child, come on now. I mean, if you do what I need you to do, honey. Oh, I got something for that. I ain't got time. So anyway, y'all excuse me. I see something and it's distracting me, and I don't like that. We can do this light. But yeah, so we was talking. Like, he really came over there and talked to me when he was supposed to be going back to the area that he was in, which is the most hated department. The side heifer was in our department today, and not much was going on, so they only needed one person to do that. I hope that I'm never over there, because you have to hope the breaker can get to you, and it's kind of tough for the breaker to get to you. And like, if all the departments are running, and even if it's just one person over there, they got to break out 5 people, including themselves 6. And I'm just like, y'all need to rethink this. But anyway, so that heifer was over there. He was in the most hated department. And he actually ended up relieving somebody who was slated to stay over. So he was happy. And this is the guy I told y'all about, who's a really good worker. He's somebody who, his department was our department. I don't know if they moved his department or what, but I very rarely see him now. But he is he's one of the few that came out of one of the last batches of people who got hired on, who actually is a good worker. Very, very nice. He always do everything he's supposed to do when he in our department. So I be here for him, especially if I got to come behind him. So anyway, talk to my partner and tell me why. Remember when I told y'all before all of this popped off with me getting hurt at work, that myself and him, we already knew we were going to have to work this weekend. Well, his first off day of the week was supposed to be, well, no. He wanted to be off Saturday. He was supposed to be off Saturday. And so he was like, man, I'm going to have to work, whatever. And so he told me he didn't even have to work, but this was the gotcha. I said, wait a minute, how did you not have to work? I wasn't there. And the other person who's at the top of the rotation list now, who went to the top of the rotation list Sunday, he's not there because he said that he was going to be attending a graduation of one of his children. And so I was like, okay, wait a minute, what's going on? He was like, some kind of way, we ain't have to work. I was like, oh, okay, good. Because, I'm not, the 3 of us ain't there. So I'm like, wait a minute. Anyway, tell me why the man wasn't there at work and his throat got to itching or something, and he was just like, dang, I couldn't even hang out with my friends. I was like, that was your body telling you need to sit down because you haven't had any rest since you got back in town Mother's Day. Like, right after Mother's Day passed through, like, that whole week, meaning that Sunday through that Thursday. That was his last day off for real. And then he came in that Friday with me right after Mother's Day. And he ain't really been off like that since. And he been pulling 12s more than any of us. It's been ridiculous. I don't understand why they've been raking him over the coals like that. And, partially why he been allowing it. Because I'm just like, I don't understand why they changed his schedule and then didn't allow him to have 1 or 2 days off before his new schedule kicked in. I don't understand. They're going to try to tell me, oh, well, it's because he didn't... What is going on? They're going to try to tell me, oh, well, it's because he didn't go to a new shift. And I was like, I'm not even finna argue with them, because my friend, when she used to work there, she ended up changing her schedule to that exact same schedule. And she went from having my schedule to my partner's schedule, and they let her have 2 days off. I've seen people have 4 days off straight. So I'm like, y'all lying. Y'all just was over here trying to monopolize and just work the mule out of him. And then the side heifer and the other lazy people that are in the new department, they were doing literally nothing. And he could have been at the house relaxing those 2 days and had been off. That was just stupid. I don't know why this person is riding my bumper like this. Well, yes, I do, because most of these people around here can't drive, and that's why almost everybody out here is wrecked out. Anyway, Excuse me. But yeah, so he had some relief tonight because all he had to do was work 4 hours and then he went home. But he's still not feeling that great because he said he feels like it's his sinuses and all that stuff. And I'm like, golly, you can't even enjoy a little bit of time you have off because he's sleeping all the time and all of that. So I'm like, yeah, it's rough. I'm trying to prepare myself. I'm still not sure if I'm going to have to work on Sunday or not because as of right now, they just have me in the random column because of my injury. Tomorrow, I'm supposed to be on light duty again. And like I said, I'm trying to figure out what they're going to do because my normal off days are Wednesdays and Thursdays. And right now, they don't have my name on the schedule. But I think at least one of those days, they had it where they needed somebody to come in early or stay over or both. Because I think they're trying to determine whether or not I will be up to the task of getting back into the swing of things. And it's a lot. With the little bit of what I was doing today, my arm was sore. And I was just like, dang, I didn't think I was going to be bad off like that. It was, kind of sore. And I was like, wait a minute. And they didn't want me to lift. And then apparently there's a safety hazard going on upstairs. And I'm just like, whoa, Lord. The supervisor that was there today, because I don't think my supervisor was there. The supervisor that was there today, she checked on me. Y'all, I know it had to have been at least 5 different times. Every time I look at you okay? Are you feeling okay? Every time. Like I told y'all before, she and I have always had a great rapport with one another, so I'm glad for that. And this was long before she even became a supervisor, so I'm so glad that, it's still what it is, and I don't be having no issues with her. Despite the side heifer being trash, because she know how the side heifer get down too. So I'm like, okay, it's not just fall on deaf ears. She knows how this heifer operates. The married man is not there, probably going on vacation with his wife again. Did y'all remember the last time? Oh my gosh, I had forgotten which days it was gonna be. But then I looked at the schedule, I'm like, oh, this is the week when he on vacation. Oh, okay. Somebody's probably in their feelings. Especially if it's anything like it was last time. That was hilarious. Anyway, what else happened? Oh, so like I said before, there were so many people who kept approaching me all day, most of which were people who don't do the job that I do. So there's one woman in particular, she's a slightly older lady. She came up to me. She rolled all of the way up and was like, baby, are you okay? I heard what happened. What happened? Oh my God. Like the woman went off. I was like, yeah, I told her what happened. And then she was like, make sure you document everything because I fell back there. And ever since I fell, it messed my back up. She said something about having sciatica and it's really, really bad and all of this. She went off. Like, it was crazy. Like, so many people came up to me. It was so crazy. And then this is the thing. I don't remember if I told y'all this or not, but the divorced person, y'all know the person who like me, won't love me and all this other stuff. He told me, he was like, oh, these people was talking about you today. I was like, what they said? I thought it was something slick. I thought somebody had something slick to say. He was like, no, they were just like, you were such a good worker. And, they were upset by what happened to me and all of that. They were just like, that's crazy. I can't believe that happened to her. Because I'm always at work. And y'all know I've been pulling 12s like crazy. So people have been seeing me on 2 different shifts. And they've been looking at me like, all right, now what's going on? And I'm looking like, no, I want to know what's going on because I'm tired. Y'all know what it is. But yeah, I'm just glad that it's been all great. All great feedback, people being nice, people being supportive. A lot of people were telling me that I should have gone to the doctor, and I'm like, because even my partner said something about it. He was like, did you go to the doctor? I was like, no. And I had to let him know that, I had workman's comp before. Some of y'all know this story, but when I was a social worker, I went out to this woman's house. Well, she had a trailer. Went out to her trailer, and she had flea bitten dogs that had been in there, and they were in the house, and they had laid eggs in the carpet and all of this. And so the fleas were jumping up and biting my ankles, because this was like pretty much summertime. Went out to her house, or it was, fall, whatever. Alabama weather is very bipolar, just like it is here in Virginia. Anyway, so biting, I'm highly allergic to bug bites. So that's what happened with that. My ankle swole up so bad that I couldn't put my feet in any shoe, flip-flop, nothing. That's how bad off I was. I was like, nah, I ain't got time for this. Don't have time for this. So I had to get workman's comp. Did all of that, and I ultimately, none of the stuff I did for workman's comp even worked, and I ended up getting the gel version of the Benadryl. I don't know if y'all ever had that before. I'm talking about, it was brand new at the time, or still on the newer side when I first got it. Y'all, I'm about to get out and get some gas. I'll be back. Bye. Hold on. Hey y'all, I completely forgot that I had to take my phone out of the car with me in order to scan it in and all that other good stuff in order for me to do my little membership. Completely forgot because I don't use the card. Yeah. Anyway, I'm on my way to the house. I am just glad that I had a great day. I'm hoping, praying, and wishing that, whatever gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Everything so far, whenever I pray and meditate, I say, ooh, please let this happen, because I want it to be something that's going to be beneficial. So if I have to work, okay, but I've worked over so much that I have enough that my check is going to be fine. Like, I'm not worried about 2 days. I'm not. Because I ended up working, I got time and a half for one day, and because I had to work that day. I had to work. Did I have to work that whole day? Anyway, y'all, I forgot now. But I've gotten time and a half for having to work one of my days. And I have been pulling 12s except for one day out of the 5 days I worked. So for 4 out of the 5 days that I worked last week, I pulled 12s. So I'm pretty sure I'm fine without 2 days on my check. I'm not worried about that. I'm fighting temptation. I'm trying not to go to nobody's Chick-fil-A. I'm trying not to go to, y'all, I'm just fighting. I had apples and water at work today, and the pain meds for the swelling, to keep the swelling and all that stuff away, and the pain. And I'm struggling. I don't understand why this time is so different, because the first time I went alkaline, y'all, I was alkaline faithfully for 6 to 9 months. Did not care about walking into a store, smelling anything. Nothing fazed me. I could be right in front of you. You could have had a bag of my favorite chips, because I am a food addict. Live for chips. It did not faze me. I don't know what's going on this time, y'all. I am struggling so bad this time. Just keep me in your prayers. Oh yeah, so I think I need to go to Kroger. Actually, Kroger's having sale on apples this week, like they did last week, but it's specific apples. So I do have to re-up on those. So I'm gonna go and do that first, because I sure was about to forget, because I'm on here doing this. But anyway, y'all, I bored y'all long enough giving y'all a little boring update. I think the juiciest thing, the juiciest thing that I've told y'all was when I spilled my tea about the divorced man and myself linking up after he got off work the other day, because it was going down. The most was popping off at work, and they was trying him. But anyway, y'all, I will keep y'all updated on everything else going on. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Subscribe to my channel if you have not done so. Give this video a thumbs up. I hope that y'all have a wonderful day. Stay cool, because it's about to be 90-something degrees here in about 2 hours or less. All right, y'all. Be safe. Bye.